Okay, First Nation Silesia again. Although
No
technically,
introduction.
well, if you want to introduce us, go ahead.
Welcome to another episode of Admincast. This is the 7th session or 6th session. Can't remember. From our first game. And as always, we start with Portugal, nowadays Silesia. And yeah.
Could we just appreciate how fucked up Iberia still is?
It's beautiful.
Like, you just gotta love the combination of Silesia and Portugal, bordered by Alaska, formed by Yucatan, bordering Spain, formed by Aztec, and Jerusalem. And then there's Vermont troops, which is Brazil in Andalusia. What the fuck?
Also, the Rich map mode is really good.
Here. Nothing's wrong here.
Go to the Rich map mode. That's the real deal.
Yes. The Shinto
Classic Iberia.
Like
Nahuatl,
Badi, Nahuatl, Shinto.
I have a mission to make all of Iberia pagan.
And also there's Anglican, obviously, in Iberia, because we really needed that.
Do you have a mission to make all of Iberia pagan?
Normally it's Christian, right? But it's localized to Spain's religion group, and I'm pagan.
Okay, more on that later, I guess.
Okay, actually, with Silesia, what can we even look at?
I mean, Silesia is continuing his meme.
Yes,
insane.
Yeah, he's the Emperor of China now. I think that's new.
Yeah.
Oh.
Also,
And
he's
yes,
in the HRE and the Emperor of China.
Is he gaining mandates
Yes.
or whatever? Mediocracy or no one actually knows what the Emperor of China do. A person will never take it.
Yeah. It's just he wanted for the 10% dev cost from the decree.
Yeah.
Expand palace bureaucracy.
Also, he has two tributaries, the Emu Empire and Vermont. This being the Emu Empire.
And he did that because he can develop them, right?
Yes.
And build buildings. Yeah.
All right. Can you check like how does his homeland look? I've heard rumors.
You mean
his what looks like what?
His mainland. How is it developed? If it is developed. Oh God, no, no! My eyes.
All that
Beautiful.
admin
Everything is admin dev and it's 1 mil dev. Oh no.
Yeah, this is very memey. Okay, I think we can go over to Spain.
I mean, is Spain European or native?
Yes, I'm totally European.
We're just going to treat it as European to have something normal in this podcast.
Because its capital is still in the New World.
Yes, I'll say it's European.
Okay.
Well, it is now.
Look at that convert Iberia mission.
I like how you can start the Reconquista. That's
Yes.
That's gonna be nice. Spain has some really good missions. So, do you still get like the 15% morale one as well that the Castile gets?
No, the good ones are locked behind the convert Iberia to pagan, so they're not happening.
Well, I mean, I'm sure if you ask Darth real nicely.
But doesn't he need Shinto first dev?
Yeah, it needs Aragon too. That's the issue.
Well, just the small Jerusalem to kill. Don't worry about it.
No, he hasn't finished ideas.
So
that's just weak.
What did you say, Bluark?
How could anyone not finish ideas? That's outrageous.
Yes. But yeah.
Also, like the vision, like he still doesn't see you.
Yeah. I mean, if you've got to say so, you could probably like get your tip advisor up a bit as well. Depends on how well you've built up your nation. But it's like, well, you know how it is. Right, bastions.
Like, check out this inflation. That's an issue.
No, I have enough admin now. It will be gone by next session.
What do you mean issue?
58.
I have Tech 18 now. I'll just spend all my admin on reducing it. It's not a problem.
Yeah. I'm just saying that you finally get the inflation down. And you can finally conquer the rest of the derps in the New World.
I kind of like how disgusting the borders are.
Yeah,
Okay, what to say about Spain? He has decent manpower. He has great income. He is
has great
Mediocre.
power.
diplomatic wise, I think middle fifths. He has good alliances in Jerusalem and Papal States. Of course, like the natives all work together. And
So you're saying he's basically in a giant hack box.
yes,
Yes, exactly.
And he gets like Tech 19 soon, which gives him new unit pips and new units, and those are really good, if I remember correctly.
I doubt it. Compared to Western become really good at 19, not Mesoamerican.
Oh yeah, Mesoamerican has the
Well, I mean, you're still Nahuatl. You still have your reforms, which should make up for most
Yeah,
of
that's
it
true.
from your unit pips.
I mean, you have 5% discipline, 10% morale from just your religion,
Yeah,
and that's
not a whole lot to complain about in that regard.
Yeah, I think we can just continue on to Andalusia, right?
I mean, do you have? Well, since you're here, what are your plans going forward? Are you friends with Jerusalem? Are you? I don't know who's.
Yeah, he is. He's helping
Yeah,
Jerusalem
my
bully
plans
Switzerland.
are to mostly chill because I don't really want to kill people. I'm too lazy and nice.
I mean, there's only one annoying part, which is Westphalia, but like I think we will come to that later.
Yeah. All right.
Oh yeah, that's Westphalia. Okay, I
Yeah.
think we can go over to Andalusia,
Yeah,
our favorite
So-
subject of this podcast.
Andalusia recovered somehow because he gets like
No, it's just floating around with South American help.
yeah, so he recovered somewhat because before then he
Ooh,
was actually
40
dead.
decades of subsidies.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
what has happened?
he
loads.
finally built the 40 fest.
No, but it's not
Nice.
upgraded.
I'm
And
pretty
we're getting
bad.
level 6 fort in a second.
Oh, he
Now-
still has that. Doesn't have Tech 18 in
I
mill.
haven't really caught up on what happened after the first Songhai war, because I mean, what did happen?
Well,
to
he
him last
built new forts. One of them was really stupid, and then I think he just stagnated around. And then he got attacked by GB and Lubeck, but then Lubeck wasn't there, but then Lubeck was there, and then they kept fighting, but I think he won.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Vermont
Vermont
said,
kind of.
yeah,
I
Vermont
saw
said-
that well.
As you can see.
Vermont is super stone because they also have Darth there, you know.
Also, you have GameStop,
Ah, yes, Game Stonks.
which has 0 gold income.
I
Let's
mean,
talk about GameStop later.
yeah, we can talk about that later, but it's not really the region for gold, to be honest.
The important part is he doesn't get any gold because it's a colonial nation from Andalusia. The important part is like what he did to survive against the Great Britons and those kind of nations was because he released nations to get a tier 3 defender of faith to get the 5% morale, which helped him out so damn much.
I don't think that's too relevant, to be honest. The question is how much will Vermont support him? Because his nation, look at his income and manpower and ideas.
Of course, like still
80 income. Because subsidies are fake, kind of.
Yeah, I think it's enough said about Andalusia, really. He doesn't, like, he
Let's go
isn't
to
going many places. I think we can go over to
I
Songhai.
mean, his mainland isn't that great, right? It's hard to develop, but I mean, you can
Yeah.
always make okay-ish nation.
What the fuck?
That's the thing, right? It's not the
Ah,
worst place in the
so-
world.
Songhai?
What ideas do they have?
You mean generally Songhai? Or
No, like,
Quality,
how many
quantity
ideas?
of forces with eco and bridges. They have good
So he hasn't
ideas.
started it on offensive. But he can take the first 3.
Yeah, but I think he wants
Yeah.
to embrace tech now.
Well, I think Songhai is still
That's
looking
basic
way
tech.
better than Andalusia is, but I think they are friends nowadays.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I mean, maybe because Andalusia has become so much of a meme that anyone attacking them will face the wrath of the entire region.
I like his crown land. I think he will go for absolutism. Problem is like he can't do Cordon country. He needs still more absolutism. So either start revoking all of the stuff, get to 85 absolutism, 90 max absolutism, and then fire Cordon country, or just don't bother. Also, don't pay for your forts while at peace. and your troops. You don't have any rebels.
I mean,
You're
just
saving.
yeah, he's saving up for the institution. I'm pretty sure he will be able to take a lot of tax as soon
You
as he
would make
embraces.
30 ducats more, but
He's
just
already up to date in tech. He can't double or triple tech.
Yeah, that's true. Then he could Diplo do things.
Flower
Diplo tech,
tech
super
in
Not like
Diplo.
Spain's amazing 11 tech.
yeah, that was great. Mutapa?
Yeah, Mutapa. He's actually become a great power, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yep.
7th grade power.
pretty decent looking Mutapa. The
Quite a bit of
South
manpower.
Coast is owned by, like down in South Africa.
Ignore.
What
Oh,
the
right.
fuck is this?
Yes.
Looks
All
like
right.
Silesia threw up.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah, Mutapa has like, great income.
Yeah.
His
Nice.
gold income dropped by 20 ducats compared to last session.
Oh,
He's getting subsidies from Silesia, apparently.
Is it probably an exchange for trade?
yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe that's just as so much money is throwing it around.
I mean, if it were for trade, that wouldn't be allowed. How's
I
Portugal
mean,
getting all that? Like, how's Silesia getting
Trade
all that?
downstream, probably.
trade downstream. It's
Is it
Look
just
at his trade power a second. No, it's just a receives transfer trade. Aren't they allied?
He's collecting like usual.
well,
Yeah,
he
he's allowed
receives
to.
transfer trade from Mutapa, but
Yeah.
aren't
Wait, are they allied though?
AI allowed.
Okay.
oh, they are allied. Okay, well then, never mind. They can just do that.
Keep in mind, Silesia is like bottom 5th, so only one slot.
The Parliament of Heaven is also something you don't read often.
So how is like he's got a good chunk of manpower as well. Like how's his land looking in terms of development and stuff?
I mean,
Well,
still a lot to death, but
I
keep
mean,
in mind.
it's Africa, but it's better than the usual Africa.
Yeah, I mean Africa, like
Yes, universities now. How many has it built?
A couple.
I can't click on the red things. Oh,
It's like 4.
yeah.
Yeah, so we should build those now before it devs. And then you can
Just like
Then
if you
for-
have problems with money, just like go state by state. For example, in Congo, you have great 5 province states with a tier 3 World Trade Center, all below 10 dev but 1. You just build off the universities there, and then dev to 20 or to 10, and then do the same thing in Cuba, then in Luba, then in whatever.
Yeah.
Just do state by state.
Also, I don't think he has any enemies, so I'd assume his position is pretty stable.
Also, please turn off the edicts if you don't need them.
Also,
It's
you
a
want to
little
look
bit
at Ceylon.
oh,
Oh, Mutapa has it?
nice.
Oh.
Interesting.
How much trade is it taking from Coromandel?
9.
5 whopping percent.
He's transferring in the wrong direction. What the fuck?
Yeah, that
He's transferring there and then there.
There's no way that's worth it. All the trade from there is
make
going
much
to
sense. Yeah, considering he doesn't have any power in Gujarat, pretty much.
yeah. No way that's worth it.
But is it
Tip-
really
to be
better
fair,
than...
There's a vessel there in Horn of Aram. Oh yeah, Gujarat.
Truth be told, he doesn't really have any power in Coromandel either, so it's not that big of a deal. But it's like,
Yeah, but it's just losing a bit of
And
money.
keep in mind that he loses
Yeah.
like 50% trade power to Silesia because of transfer trade.
yeah,
Yeah, but still, the part that he is steering with should be steering towards Zanzibar, not towards Gujarat.
I think this is enough time spent in Mutapa, right?
Go to a bottle of rum.
I guess he's friends with Ram, right?
Yeah.
Rome
I'd
is our
assume.
top power now.
I think they killed Yemen together, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Yeah,
Red Banana with almost 1 million
I
manpower.
think he has over 1 million now.
Over a
Yeah,
million.
Very nice.
I'm fighting
Yes.
Belly right now, so
He's fighting a fun war.
Oh,
Also, like if you 100% belly, please cancel his subjects.
no, that would be mean.
hmm.
I mean, it's
What do
me
you want
ganking
from
over Manchu
Yeah.
again and again.
Yeah, they're repeatedly beating up Manchu. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, I guess they didn't like Manchu getting free China, right?
But
I mean,
Yeah, but
free, but he
Manchu
conquered it.
got hit hard the last wars.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this, Manchu used to be owning this, right?
I mean, you can't just
Yeah,
click
yeah,
on
he used to have
Manchu
all
and
pretty much
the
China.
diplomatic map mod. He had cores on everything. So
Sad.
Yeah, there we go. Well, we can talk about that later. But yeah, you're currently fighting Timurids, right? And
What's your income?
I'm helping Manchu. Yeah.
yeah, helping Manchu. Gun. Yeah, I like ideas choice. It's good for you. Not the interroute through it, religious, but you know.
I mean, it's
choice.
just your average meta nation, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It's looking good.
I mean, I like that you
You
transfer trade into Constantinople and collect there.
Can you see the map mode a second?
Yeah, it can be worth it if you have enough control of it. Like the trade in Egypt is very misleading because you'd think
Fairly
that,
nicely done.
this is probably common knowledge, but you think that Alexandria is a good node.
No.
It's so bad. It's so horrible. It's
Yeah,
slightly
Constantinople.
better with
Oh.
Genoa nerf, slightly, but
It would make sense if the Alexandria trade node would go in Tunis instead of directly into Genoa, because
Yeah, but
then
now
you
it's-
can turn it in actually good trade node.
I mean, it would make sense like balance-wise. It would really not make sense like historically, right? So
Yeah, it goes into Venice and Genoa, which is not.
No, it goes
great.
into Ragusa.
yeah, but
It does.
it's pretty nice. You have a lot of control of Egypt. You're not really getting stolen much, and
No.
you're making
Jerusalem and Pope are nice. So.
Do you need the merchant in Aleppo?
it helps.
He doesn't really.
Doesn't really.
So you could
Um,
put it in the Persia.
Yeah, but if I do that, I steal like 20 ducats from my
You
ally.
You can see if it's worth to transfer through Alexandria now, because you have enough power there, and no one is really stealing your stuff. But
Uh,
probably not.
I mean, I could test it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Could
It's
also
just
like
one node.
yeah,
try pulling out from Gujarat a bit more.
probably. Like Eastern income is very nice.
So,
Yes,
Banana,
Crusader.
what are your plans? Are you just going to help the weak in the east, or do you have any conquests on your mind?
I want to eat Yemen, but other than that, I guess into the east, since I can use that land.
Anything about helping Sweden on your plate anytime soon?
Europe is not of interest of me right now.
Big sad, very big sad.
Yes, but
It's turning east.
So this used to be the point in the podcast where we would jump over to France, but I don't think we still have to do that. And
Oh, somebody should vassalize that. Look at France's cause a second.
Oh,
Just
Banana can
diplomatic
dip
map
with
modes.
them.
oh no.
Bluark, look at France's diplomatic map mode a
I
second.
mean, obviously, as calls on France.
Yeah, somebody should vassalize that.
the
Who
main
can
thing,
diplomat them?
the main question is if, like, it's not necessarily if you want to vassalize it for the course, but if you want to like keep someone from forming France.
Oh, also that, or you vassalize it and then you
Yes.
conquest everyone.
Like,
I mean,
regardless
like
of what happens,
Westphalia
France
could
is
be conquering, like,
great
if
for all.
Westphalia took that vessel, that would be interesting.
I mean, but Franconia probably wants to form France, if at all.
Probably, yeah.
So,
It's to be expected, yeah.
Okay, well, Jerusalem is what we're looking at right now. I think it's the westernmost nation we can have. He's in a war against Switzerland again. I think this is the third or fourth time they're going at it.
Something like that.
Yeah, so I don't know how it's currently going. It seems to me like Jerusalem won a battle here.
It would seem like it, yeah. And unless they can cancel it, there might be some. Is that a pure infantry stack going in as well? For
I have
Swiss?
to point something out. Like
Oh yeah, that's gonna be infantry. So
as I do it every
wait.
podcast, he has interest rate from 1.75.
Yeah, you
You
can
can take
basically have infinite
230
loans.
loans. So
Wait, what was his loan cap? I saw you hovered it for a second, but
That's like 130K.
130k.
that's pretty good. It's pretty good
That's not the burger privilege about it.
because it is that used to be
No.
Chris's Florence, right? So I guess
Yes.
he gets all the permanent
It is.
parts from that.
And you also took admin ideas.
You also do have to say that it's very annoying for anyone fighting him because he's undefeatable.
No, he's definitely defeatable.
But he doesn't run out of money, so
By
like
you.
a stalemate
by
against him in the
Switzerland.
mountains doesn't work for Switzerland.
Yeah, he can fight forever as long if you can't push him, right? Because that's the big turning point about it. You actually have to be able to push through.
What's his force limit though?
207.
And how
Okay,
much
that's
over it
decently
is
high.
it?
He built all
The
of
last-
the.
Just force him to build like 500,000 troops, and then he'll go bankrupt.
In the last war, they lost one province, though.
Yeah, they lost to Green, I think.
Yeah,
Was that to a stab hit, or did they come to an
I
agreement?
guess. I mean, if they came to agreements, they wouldn't be fighting.
This
I'm
is
not
true.
sure if it was a stab hit or if it's just a peace deal they agreed on.
Just a peace deal, I think.
I mean, like the previous war was interesting. I think we can tap into that more when we're discussing Sweden, because technically Switzerland was busy when he was attacked is the bottom line, and then I tried to help Switzerland, and then Spain said it's unfair if I try to help him, and then he joined, and then he got out, and then somehow Switzerland, Bavaria, and Franconia still managed to pull out a win. So
Yeah,
This campaign
because
is the campaign of
Franconia is
the
decently
pieces of
strong.
the
Yes.
screwed up Bavaria.
Wait, Bluark, I want to point out, I'm the only one who actually de-escalated the conflict instead of escalating it with enforced pieces.
I mean, you really de-escalated the conflict between Prussia and me, I do have to say. De-escalated to a point where I stopped existing in this region. That was very
No,
impressive.
I don't mean that conflict. I mean the one with Jerusalem and Switzerland.
If someone could just de-escalate Prussia attacking me, I would be very thankful. Apparently only being de-escalated against, not for me.
Yeah. So Jerusalem looks great. I
Yeah.
would suggest to go to Pope because it is in the same war, and then make the war
Yeah,
members,
and then the other,
continue.
and the other side of the war after that. Well, Pope is a bit on the weaker side. I think I fought a battle against the Pope somewhere around here with mountains against me, and it was very easy to win. So, like, his troops aren't terribly great, but I don't really know why that's the case.
It's the Pope ideas.
Yeah,
So
Pope
it's
has just 5%.
Yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
that's
Pope
a
ideas
legit-
against Swedish, I guess, isn't quite a fair matchup.
But I like it that he goes for defensive ideas.
A lot of people do right now.
Honestly,
Because like he doesn't
You
need
should
the
go.
force.
Yeah, the meta thing is probably defensive fifth.
the defensive is good if you have a big army.
Yes, to
And a
build
lot of
so
manpower.
much buildings, it hurts.
I don't think Papal States really has enough for it to be worth it.
No.
Like, he has the big issue of like he has so much stuff to build. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, Pope struggled for like 3 sessions in a row with almost being dead, and now it's Dave, and I think he's doing better because I mean they are able to fight, but
yeah,
it's still a bit of a rough shape.
But it is doing all right, like build-up wise, and
Yeah,
I
definitely.
mean,
he has a rather low loan cap.
I don't. Well, actually, I was gonna say it's fine as long as Jerusalem can take loans for him, but you can't really because he can't send the money.
It's just like 40k.
Is Jerusalem a great power though? So they can pay off his loans?
That's
No.
a fair question.
That might be banned, I don't remember.
It would be banned, yes. Like
Isn't it-
Britain did
it's-
it.
But I mean, they're in
It's
the
not
same
banned.
war.
Isn't it banned for the sake of doing it before bankrupting?
Yeah, if you're going
Yeah.
bankrupt, but like, isn't Jerusalem going to bankrupt at some point with his?
I mean,
Eventually, yes.
it's about like saving his ally in the same war.
Yeah, there's a difference between the intent of going bankrupt and having to do so because of a war to keep fighting, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we would have to see in game. I'm not 100%
I mean-
sure now.
It doesn't matter. He needs to def like 200 more times, which is kind of impossible because he has no defable land left, which doesn't cost like an arm and leg.
Okay, Switzerland.
Yeah. So Jerusalem's opponent.
Oh,
Now,
golden arrow.
This
yeah,
looks
he's
like
golden
a
arrow.
weird.
That's a wipe happening.
Yeah, that's definitely going to get wiped here.
Is this a flank with the others? Or is this
I don't quite get what the plan here was. Like, why is there a battle and then 90k walking away from it, and also why is Franconia retreating this way?
It's probably
Which
like
cheating is wonky.
either they've scorched the land. You can check if the province is scorched, so they're mistiming their reinforcements. Yeah, it is. So you know how it is.
Oh,
Chris and Dave, like, they're gonna kill them. In
Franconian troops
situations
are
like
dead.
that. Yeah, like
They
those are.
retreat into the province bordering them.
Oh, they
no.
are.
God.
That's not good.
Oh no.
I just checked it because they're blocked from the fort in the east.
That is just extremely unfortunate.
So that's another, what did I say, 100k? It's 100k infantry and 32 cannons.
And considering Switzerland's manpower on its own is 136 in reserves, does he have professionalism?
Although,
Pope has
is it?
10
Don't forget
But
that.
actually, is this entirely that? Because like there is a battle happening, so they can't follow him. So he might be able to get in another month tick.
I mean,
yeah, but he is dead anyways because
but
he will
the thing is,
The stack that is walking in is gonna get insta-wiped though. It's just infantry, right? It's just too
no,
small.
it's full front line. He doesn't get instrument, and he
Yeah,
has a little bit.
Gets that up in 3 days or
So it
something.
could be a normal battle. The problem is, he will lose so much.
Is there a fort built? Like, who owns the fort? That's a Swiss fort, right? In the mountain above.
Yeah, and Chum, that's a Swiss fort.
Yeah. And is there anything blocking them from just walking back in when they shatter retreat again?
the fort to the east.
Yeah,
Okay,
because they go
Probably
into.
his retreat province.
right.
I think they're locked into a zone of controls at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
not perfectly sure. We need to test it out.
My question is if another retreat would get him out of that. Like I could
Yeah,
see that
that's-
happening if they get beaten in Welschbergen again, which is hills and the river crossing for them at least in protecting. I could see them being able to retreat back to their homeland. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily wiped already, but depending on fort mechanics, it might be.
If they
Even
can
if
retreat,
they-
yes.
Even if they can escape, like they will lose so much manpower there.
Yeah,
Because
that's for sure. But it's way better than getting your cannon stack wiped.
I mean, it's a double cannon, as a cannon stack with double front line, a triple front line. That's the painful part. It's like
Oh,
98 infantry,
How much manpower does Switzerland have at max?
140k.
157. All right, that's not amazing.
Below 1 kV cavalry? Did he piss off his sensitivity?
He doesn't have manpower buildings, period.
Yes. How's he doing monetarily? He has no loans.
Don't see.
So he's got
nothing
no
He has
loans.
plenty of. Well, okay,
Keep in mind that
great income.
at the moment.
Alright.
So
Now, here's probably what he should do regardless of this outcome of this war. He should bankruptcy build. Like, he's really far behind on buildings. He needs the buildings more than he needs even 100% peace deal. If he loses 100%. Like, because losing 100%, yeah, it's gonna fuck his defensive
Probably.
lines. But he is so far behind and he has so many good buildings to build.
like if Jerusalem takes 100%, he loses like 4 provinces or 5, because Turin is 28% war score. Just as an example, then the Lombardy, like the Lombardy state alone is 100% war score. Jerusalem doesn't have any absolutism, if I remember correctly. No, it just has no, the snaking
Right, this...
and cut off.
Oh yeah, that's a cutoff. Yeah, okay, he can't be taking Chum, so that's very good for Switzerland. He's not losing his mount.
So you take like Turin and
And I guess like you could try something over here, but they don't really want to fight in this region.
it's like 5 provinces at most if he wants to take Turin. And
Yeah,
Just- build everything in the other provinces.
yeah, okay. So I mean, Switzerland, no matter how it goes, like there isn't much to be taken in this region.
Also, you don't have absolutism because you have Swiss canton, frequent election, republic, whatever. And you will turn into dictatorship with the next election, so next year.
How much of phone progress does he have saved up?
Well, I mean, hopefully.
Oh yeah, you can flip into theocracy in tier 6.
That's what he should do. Yeah.
Isn't the Swiss government pretty good though?
It stays at
Keep
the,
policies.
yeah, keep it as a theocracy.
And as well, he'll lose some reforms, won't he? So we won't get the morale and stuff.
He will get that because when you become a monarchy through the leadership, you keep all the form focus. So he only loses like 3 reforms.
So what happens now? Like he will flip the dictatorship, and the moment
he might, unless he
the
gets
moment he the chance is like 80% at the moment because it's 24 Republican tradition. But
he can become a theocracy as enough.
He flips dictatorship, then has 20% more out of armies. Then his ruler dies, he flips monarchy. Then he instantly flips theocracy. Tier 7. So he doesn't lose out on anything, and he gets insane manpower recovery speed from that and all that stuff.
And he gets the tier 3 policies every time, which is cool.
Yeah,
but you don't want to take the Swiss cantons because then you don't have open public elections.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
okay, I think we can go over to Franconia now.
Yes, the man who might lose most of his army.
The big boy in the war.
I mean, Franconia is strong. He has 320k max manpower, and he has good income.
That's the difference compared to Switzerland, although he has more manpower buildings to be built that are good.
But he built like most of his social households. Like one is missing.
That's nice.
And like
marketplaces are not something you want to build.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I mean, he built a lot of buildings. This is newly conquered from the remainder of France, I think.
I gotta say, I really like how he's literally just a long snake. He's even got the green color. Like it's kind of nice.
And there's some more quality to be found in Golden Age. Is that for Switzerland?
Yes.
Switzerland is in his Golden Age already.
Now the question you can ask a question like at this point, what is he saving the Golden Age for? Usually want to try and time it with something to develop, right? More than
also considering how fucked this game is, I think it would be a wise choice to start it now because like 50 years, that's 2 more sessions at our current speed. So
do you have it?
Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration.
1821, hello.
Yeah.
The nice thing is like he basically finished universities everywhere, so he can dev now.
Isn't he already dev to 30 everyone?
Yeah, that's all 30 he could.
I think above 30 is essentially impossible. Look how much it costs him.
He's starting to dev stuff to 40 as well, which is
but that's what you do just because you have the mana. It's not efficient at all.
Yeah, but like
I mean, if you want the best play for yourself, it's obviously kill someone near you, take their land because you're dev capped, you're building capped.
I think I would just hire generals instead of deving to 40.
Yeah, probably.
You still have power.
You can hire 2 generals for the price of 1 dev click.
Although he does have a very good general already.
The thing is this.
No, just for professionalism.
Oh yeah, true.
Again, a general cost him with Golden Age privileged. It cost him like 30 mana.
What I meant is like
Deving
he has
more than 60.
admin and dip. Like just dev that way. He doesn't need dip tech till 23. He doesn't need admin tech till tech 22. So just invest like 2k instead of deving mill, deving admin and dip and just get more dev out of it. Because you don't really want to dev mill to 40.
I think we can go over to Bavaria. Like Franconia is just...
Bavaria is
30 to 40 dev.
Bavaria is also part of this one.
Really expensive anyways.
Yeah.
Did he fix his fort line since the last time? No, he didn't. There's only 1 mountain fort in this direction.
He has no mountain fort.
Oh.
Unterkant is not a mountain. Overkant is a mountain. But it's a forest with some river crossing.
Yeah, but
he wants a fort in Steiermark, ideally.
He definitely wants a fort in Steiermark. And he already lost Unterkant in the last war, so I'm very curious to know why the fuck he wouldn't build it now. Because they were facing an attack from this side last war, which I fought off for them. They would have been outflanked here if Sweden didn't come in. So that seems weird to me.
He has no buildings. He has no money. He has no income. He has 70 ducats income.
It seemed as if at least some of the stuff is dev to 20 if you have a peek around. Yeah, it's actually like okay dev'd.
He gets everything.
He doesn't have much apart from dev. He has
optimal.
a few manpower buildings, but not the upgraded ones.
Yeah,
missing factories.
Yes,
He's in the
needs to
same
build
situation as
themselves.
Switzerland, actually. Like, he just needs to take loans, build buildings, and the war will have to go how it goes. Like, because buildings will make him stronger than 2 provinces from.
But he can't really lose 100% though, because he's too small.
Chances are he's probably not going to lose anything. I'd
Oh yeah,
expect.
probably. It's just Switzerland will lose stuff.
Yeah. You need buildings. That's the most important thing. How's it doing for advisors and stuff? Again, doesn't really.
Level 2 is too low. Should have
He needs
Yeah.
high
1,
level.
1, 2.
You could
No.
probably get like a level 3 one, although be a bit careful with the discipline one, because you don't want to accidentally
Yeah.
trigger the event unless you need the 10% discipline.
I mean, he won't complain over the 10% discipline. Because if they start pushing and he takes like, he can get stuff from Pope.
Yeah, that's true. That might help a lot if he can secure Venice for himself. That should
Great
help
Britain?
a lot for his. No, yeah.
Great Britain. Well,
Alright.
Great Britain is an interesting situation. Well, he's allied to me now. I don't know. He doesn't have any other allies, if I'm not mistaken. It's just me.
He
so
has a combined colonial nation.
he kind of agreed to help me when Prussia comes knocking again, which is
Oh no, he built forts.
yeah. He built forts in his country now, and he's.
Oh.
I think he's preparing for something happening.
Oh, we can't have fun again, Kathal.
I mean, he can still have fun.
Not the same
Because
kind.
he has no forts in England.
We can't
That's
have
just
the overrun all of GB in 2 months kind of fun.
Yeah.
Could
I
we
mean, we
just
just assaulted
could we
forts.
just accept the fact though that you having fun in Great Britain would lead to Sweden dying? That wouldn't be nice.
Who cares?
Like, my offer still
Okay.
stands, Mr. Sweden.
Your offer is the opposite of an offer. What the fuck? It makes my situation even worse, and I didn't think that would be possible.
Okay, so let's talk about Great Britain. He has decent manpower, 400k. He finally got nobles because he switched his
Republic.
government. Like, he flipped, I think, monarchy and then back republic. So that he gets out of he flipped republic out of the English monarchy. Noble elite is the wrong one.
Level 3 advisors. Oh no, it took 8 term duration.
Yeah. You want the short elections.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
you can still
consultation
switch.
of
It's
powers,
just
so we have-
50. That's not great to spend, but you can still do so. He actually
He
didn't
had a
even go for
10 duration of
frequent
9.
elections.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Don't think
He
I ever
wants-
saw someone not going for frequent elections.
The reason for this is because the absolutism. He wants the absolutism.
Yeah, but I don't think
His
that's
max
worth.
absolutism is 50.
There's land to
So
death.
if he revokes everything, he can do court and country. Because he's only has minus 10 from his government form. But just don't do it. As a republic, you can't go for court and country, realistically speaking.
No, naval attrition.
That doesn't work, by
Does
the
he
way.
have any other missions he can fire?
I don't think so. Like,
He should also stop drilling and get high level advisors.
Yeah.
Look at his advisors a second.
Free. He has decent advisors. But
Yeah, but he should get level 5 mil advisor at
Yeah.
least with his income.
he's making
It's-
320 ducats.
Chances are it's better to just stop paying for the drilling.
Yeah.
Get the
You know
advisors
what
up
would be
and
better?
hire generals if he needs
Like
professionals.
with 320 income, he should definitely have a level 5
I
mil
have-
advisor.
A point to make. Check out the buildings.
which ones do you want?
Soldiers' households.
Oh, I actually built a decent amount.
Yeah, but he still has 10 left to build.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
stopped the drilling. Drilling is not worth
He
the
has
money.
training fields. He has the regimental camps, which are fine. He
Yeah.
is like looking high value workshops with like 0.3.
Does he have like buildings that aren't necessarily great for his at least how much dev he has? Oh
He
wait,
has
what's quality quantity?
I'm also happy to say that
Sorry.
during the recording of this podcast, patch 1.30.5 got reverted and no longer exists.
We did it!
Wow.
The
We did it!
shitposting
We did it!
worked, boys.
Oh, good job. Good job, guys. But yeah, for England's sake, Has he developed properly? Like the British mainland is
Developed
amazing.
a
That
bit.
looks nice and
Yeah.
large, at least.
He dev to 20.
Yeah,
In
you need to
some
develop the
places.
rest to 20, and you need to
Oh yes.
probably optimize buildings.
Did they have gold in it already? Did he use it already? I mean,
No, he didn't.
he should fire it now and just have everything.
I
It's
can't.
acceptable culture.
You can get stuff for it. Get 2 provinces in Africa or something.
Try
and
difference.
Get retail companies.
Companies.
Can you accept something though? Yeah, he could accept.
No, just
well.
get 2
No, he
African
doesn't have.
provinces.
He doesn't have slots for it.
Like one in the Safi trade node, one in the Sevilla trade node, and one in, then that's it, I think.
Yeah, it's not a problem. Fire it, they have everything. Stop the drilling. Pay level 5 advisors.
Okay.
Build buildings.
Westphalia.
Yeah.
Mr. I'm teleporting behind you, Westphalia.
Surprisingly high manpower, actually. How much does he have?
Ooh,
Yeah,
600.
it's
600,
a
okay.
very built-up nation. Like, he has all soldier households. I'm pretty sure
Like
he's-
5
he
soldiers.
basically has all buildings. It doesn't even make sense to look for building slots. He built all of them.
Yeah, it's not.
I love his ideas. Just saying, he picked innovativeness because he knew he can't get any trade. So
He probably should have gone religious, but yeah.
innovative is so good. He pays 4 ducats, 12 ducats for level 5 advisor, which is not discounted.
Yeah, but he's so dealt that it doesn't help him as much anymore. More mana. Again, deving above 30 is not.
I mean, he does have this new land.
He's still 20 in a lot of provinces.
This is not
Oh,
level.
right,
This is
there's
not
the
30
French
dev
stuff.
yet. You
I
can
forgot
develop
about
that.
it.
29, 28 in the 20s.
I left that so Chris could get it, and then Westphalia waltzed in.
And then you can get like the French stuff.
I mean,
So,
I
yeah.
don't really have anything to say about Westphalia. It's all done. I don't know what to say.
He can int. I mean, you can ask him for help if you want to.
He's never going to betray Kyop, I'm afraid.
The BFFs.
I mean, you could do a non-aggressive pact.
I mean, it would at least be helpful if Westphalia didn't join Prussia
Yeah.
next session. That would be very nice. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. Actually, speaking of... Actually, let's go to Lubeck first.
We'll get to the mana kill.
Wait, just 1 second. What was Westphalia's force limit?
Oh, I think it was like 300 something.
It's high.
Yeah,
Oh,
300.
yeah, it's quite good. Very potent.
Yeah, it's looking very nice for being that small. Does he
Yeah.
have like outside of European? Oh, I
I,
call it.
I think he only has the
No,
French stuff that
It's
it took
just
now.
that and French, I think. Okay,
Oh.
He makes like 200 ducats income.
Yeah, still though, that's very
Yeah.
very nice for
welcome
such a
to the
small
40 dev land of Lubeck.
Oh,
nation. Ah, yes, the prosperous zone of Europe.
I mean, he's
Yes,
basically
reform.
just drowning in money.
Hmm.
And then he decided that it would be a good idea to try to kill me. And luckily I talked the sub out of that. That was very appreciated that he stopped killing my fleet and opened the straits for Prussia. Like, I really didn't need that in the first war. Yeah, and other than that, I think he's mostly peaceful. Like, we had this short period where he shows Prussia, but then I like talked and somehow convinced him to go back to being neutral. And it will be, like, I'll have to see what the actual player wants to do. That will be interesting.
There's some things to point out about Lubeck. Yes, he is a trade nation. Like, his army quality is kind of shitty. He doesn't have a lot of troops. He doesn't have a lot of land. He doesn't have a lot of manpower. Force limit, like his force limit is 80.
No, I suppose he doesn't really want to be in wars. Really, he just wants to sit on the sidelines and pay people to do his wars for him.
Like, he has a good navy
nice.
because he has high naval morale, and he is naval tradition, and he is what is it called, reformed. So
Still,
Also,
I
you
doubt
can
he could
afford
win.
it. I think that's a major factor in all of this.
I doubt he could win against Alaska or GB though, in terms of navy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he can't. But
Yeah.
like in terms of controlling the Baltic, he
He will-
definitely.
basically, he wins every naval war which is not involving Great Britain or Alaska. He might. I don't know about Spain because Spain has plasma artillery fire. But Lubeck has what is called reformed, so it gets 10% more of armies, navies. So yeah, I like the 2.4 reformed. Prussia?
Yeah, Prussia. The big evil.
Oh, he still hasn't finished admin.
Yeah, he was like, that's at least something happened in the war that we fought. He got hit a bit hard. I think we need to go a bit into the history of what actually happened during this session. So Prussia, at the beginning or between sessions, decided he wanted to unally me and kill me for two reasons. One of them was I helped Ruthemia last session, like I didn't let him attack while we were allied. So I said I would help Ruthemia against him. And also I was part of a mod decision to push him up 1/5, which he was 2 points away from in the alliance rules. And I guess that was enough to decide to go from allying me to trying everything to kill me. And technically, Russia and Persia said they would be willing to help me against Prussia, but as it turned out, they attacked me instead. So at the beginning of the war, I was faced with Prussia, Russia, and Persia attacking me. And I only had Ruthemia as an ally and Switzerland enforced peace on Prussia. So I was able to peace out Russia after winning one very good battle in Petersburg for these two provinces without like suffering too much. And then it went on against Prussia for a long while. We almost got Ruthemia stepped out, but then we luckily recovered from there and pushed until something like here. We had Prussia at 80% or something. Then we got pushed back and forth because he was giving us everything he had. And then Jerusalem decided to attack Switzerland. And for obvious reasons, Switzerland decided to protect himself instead of continuing in Prussia. So basically everything fell together that we had worked for in Prussia. We got like 6 step hits in, but that wasn't enough to peace him out, and then we fell below 50 war score, and from there it was just constant retreat. Ruthemia peaced out because he would have been the next target, and Switzerland was still busy in Jerusalem. And then, well, Prussia started pushing into Finland, and at that point I just unconned because it wasn't winnable anymore, especially with Ruthemia having peaced out. So basically we were winning against Prussia up to 90% war score, and then Jerusalem decided to have us not win anymore.
You were winning till you weren't winning.
When our alliance was definitely winning, but like he just had way more people on his side with Russia, Persia, Jerusalem, and Papal State all attacking our alliance once after another. And like Prussia is an insane nation. Like it's Prussian ideas and it's very built up. So we really needed all 3 people to be even equal to him. And we only were able to push as far as we did in the time we did because we had some good luck with engagements we did. So it was basically balanced when Jerusalem joined. And with Jerusalem joining, it just crumbled. And we had no chance of ever going to recover from that happening. Also, Prussia was getting like 100 ducats from Westphalia each month in subsidies. So money wasn't a problem for him. We have no option to just let him sit somewhere. We had to push. And you can't push if you're getting attacked by more and more people.
And of course, needless to say, Prussian quality is
yeah.
Sweden,
so like,
but it's not Prussia.
100.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, all of us have very good troops.
100.
I mean, this is Ruthemia with Polish ideas, and Switzerland has good ideas, and Sweden has good ideas, but it's none of them are Prussia, and none of them are built up like this Prussia is, especially not Ruthemia, who culture flipped like a few years before the war started, so he wasn't even at his full strength when all of this happened, and his capital is in Kiev, just to show off how unprepared we were for this.
Which ideas did Prussia go for? Does he have offensive or defensive?
Offensive. Probably a mistake.
Yeah, I think defensive would have been way better here. Like the cannons are good, sure, don't get me wrong, but honestly, just more morale, and who the hell is gonna beat him in a battle ever?
Yeah.
And it will be
When he finishes offensive ideas, he has 136 discipline.
Yeah, that's
and
the thing.
Then another 2.5 from reformed.
I mean,
like
there are some diminishing returns for discipline, though.
Yeah,
like,
same with morale.
And
yeah, but the thing is,
the thing about Prussia really is that he's in a normal alliance slot now, so he can have more allies. Like he can have 2 other allies now, and no one is willing to fight him. Like literally, no one in Europe is still willing to fight him. So I don't see any reason why this Prussia wouldn't be steamrolling the people around him. Because if you can ask literally everyone in Europe, no one will want to fight him.
I see. It's not very cash money of them, as they say.
Yeah, I mean, like the chance of fighting him was very much lost in that first war we had. Like that was winnable, but after this, like, I mean, if there are chances for survival of Sweden, I guess. If you look at Finland, that could work. If I have defensive allies at least that help me defend Finland against him with like a lot of scorched earth and bad engagements, maybe. But no one is going to be able to push into Berlin anytime soon.
Nope. That is how Prussia works, I guess.
Okay, Sweden next, or?
Yeah.
Yes. Tell us your plans, Bluark.
My plans are
Not die.
bare
Like I saw
survival.
it did.
Like I have nothing else to do than survive. So I have this decent little fort line that I should deactivate.
How dev is Sweden?
Same thing with you. I would have gone for defensive instead of offensive.
Yeah, I think when I took it, I wasn't really concerned with what I was doing.
Especially if
because
you
I
go
was in a
religious
death
and then
war.
you can't use the policy.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially since Sweden's like base quality is pretty good already. You just need staying power in the battles, and that's where morale shines.
Actually, Sweden gets an extra mill policy, so I guess it's a bit better for you because you can use all four of them.
Yeah, that's true actually.
That was totally my idea behind doing it this way.
Did you pick?
death
Yeah, you
so
have
much.
religious. Okay, that's pretty neat then.
And I know I have a lot to death. I just have nothing to death with.
The sad thing is, like, if you check the country, you realize how rough the early game was. Sweden was let's be real, a burning pile of garbage for 3 sessions.
No, for the first session. It
they
recovered
remember
in the
from
second
last-
session. But
My
I-
last
It
appearance,
recovered in the
we-
third session.
We didn't have much good to say about the Sweden for some weird reasons.
So, like, you really notice that.
Yeah, I mean,
You have good devable land at 5 dev.
do I? I have Bornholm. I know I have Bornholm.
No, it's like Ireland.
Yeah, like I know these regions are lagging behind, but just I started to dev way too late.
Yeah.
Like I think the
Maybe
first time I
in
dev
both
was
it
around
is.
1550 or something.
but you're in your golden era now, right?
Yeah, I am. So plan is to dev push real hard. I just don't know how much time I will have before this happens.
It's only 25 more years. And also the problem is, like, you have to take 18 because take 18 is new, 19 is new units, tactics, and forts.
Yeah.
Especially forts are important. You're still not done with your offensive ideas, and offensive ideas only get good if you finish them. So you probably won't be able to dev a lot in the next 25 years.
Oh yes, need to finish ideas.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
like popping the Golden Age was a necessity against Prussia, though. So like,
Yeah.
it's just a product of the circumstances here. Like the question for Sweden is mostly, what are my neighbors going to do? Like, it doesn't really matter if I build up or not. It depends on what, like, are people going to come through here to conquer more of my land? Is Lubeck going to pop open the straits for Prussia next war, which is basically an instant loss? If someone with a navy comes around and kills my navy, I have lost the war against Prussia in that second.
You should
Nice.
still probably like get some more forts on your straits.
Yeah, like it's
Even if they kill your fleet, then as long as you can like.
I know. It's like
it's
the
fine.
thing is, it was a recent development that this was even a possibility because Lubeck used to be a mutual friend of Prussia and me, and I was talking to him, and he said, "Yeah, no problem. I'm going to stay neutral." But the sub didn't think so. So I don't know what I'm on now. Like what's going to happen?
Sorry.
Yeah, I think that's enough for Sweden.
Was he even allowed to join your war?
Yeah, they were allied to Prussia.
Yeah, but he was also allied to GB in that war. Or did that war end before that?
Was he not allowed to ally GB in Prussia? I think he
No,
allied.
Prussia was
Prussia is
upper
upper fifth. Was upper fifth.
I think he wasn't allied to GB anymore when that happened, but I can't quite recall.
I think he had to break the alliance with Prussia because the game study was still at war with Great Britain against Andalusia.
Yeah, but
Then
you
it
don't
did-
have to break alliances during war. if the
No,
fifths
no.
change.
Okay, so basically he kept the Great Britain and Prussia alliance, then pieced out of the Andalusia war, and then broke the alliance of Great Britain.
Probably did, yeah. I can't quite recall how it went, but it must have been
That's
something
the
like
most likely scenario,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
that. Yeah, okay, Ruthemia is next, I think.
Oh, Ruthemia.
Who switched teams? He used to be allied to me, but that doesn't make much sense given we're now this separated and we won't be able to help each other anymore, and he allied to Russia instead. Which I'm not sure if it's going to save him from Prussia if Prussia wants to take his land. Probably
The
not.
Prussia isn't very strong, if I remember correctly.
No.
It's getting better, but we'll see that when we come around to it. But like, Ruthemia isn't terrible, but it's not that great.
Ruthemia doesn't have Tech 18 yet for an Exodia group. Doesn't even have Tech 17. He has no mill banked up, so he needs to take mill Tech 19 and finish a mill group. So he definitely wants to switch focus over to mill and get a tier 3 mill advisor for crying out loud. Also, what are those policies you're running?
Oh, that's fine. Extra money-making ones.
Yeah, but you don't need trade efficiency. You don't have any trade money.
Look at his income again. It probably does help a bit.
He's making 15 ducats in trade.
Yeah, but his income in total is very low, so
Yeah.
it does help.
I mean, you want a good Spirus,
If
of
it's
course,
free, then go for it. If he pays mana for it, it's not worth it.
but yeah, like 20% trade efficiency doesn't really matter, and I think that you pay the one admin a month for the production efficiency and dev cost. Building wise, how does that look? Okay.
His manpower isn't great.
No soldiers households. Big oof.
He built the force limit though.
Yeah, he has to. No, not he built, but he could build. He is missing a lot of manufacturers. Like he has no manufacturers. That's a big issue.
I mean, he never had money, right?
Yeah.
When Persia wasn't knocking, Prussia came. But have
Also, he has
you
no-
talked to Russia's Bluark?
I mean, I could try again. Last time I talked to him and he said he'd help me, he attacked me instead.
He has no fort line, which is another issue.
If I'm aware, there are gonna be changes in the alliance next session with Russia.
Do you think he's unallying Persia or what?
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, you're saying that. Okay, so he's unallying Persia. That's interesting to know. It could happen that I ally Russia then, if he's
But
up
I
for
don't want to spill the beans because I'm gonna ally Persia.
it. Huh.
Huh.
That sounds interesting.
Let's go to Russia.
Yeah, let's go to Russia. Let's
When
see
we
how
are
he's
at-
doing now.
Oh
That was
boy.
not Russia.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
It's still burning.
Time of troubles is going to happen. Oh, actually, it's
No.
not progressing. It's not
It's not progressing. Oh boy. He
So
has
he's
no
adding
income.
fuel instead of water to the fire.
Huh.
Yes.
So many buildings to build.
I don't even want to check. He is still at
What are
Tech 15.
buildings even?
What's his ideas?
What are his workshops?
Oh no, big mistake, religious.
Yeah.
You should 100% go trade. There's so many buildings left to build.
I mean, hey, he recovered his node. He still doesn't control it really because Lubeck does.
6 ducats.
Yeah, they shouldn't send stuff there. He's collecting Kazan, which is the right choice.
Yeah.
Because he has 100% control. But he should have definitely gone trade. Okay, don't pay for your army, first of all.
Yes, rebels.
Yeah, it's spawning as we speak.
Ah, okay.
I was about to say it and then I checked
It's
it
still,
out.
his army is at full morale. That means it was paying for it for at least 4 months.
His
Also, he
income
has
is just
100k
abysmal.
on his capital.
He just pressed the stretch button,
Okay.
Probably.
Okay. Yeah,
I guess.
makes sense.
What mission can he... this isn't the good
Explore.
general one, right?
No, he already popped a good general before.
Okay. That makes sense. You want to pop that early game normally.
Yeah, he needs buildings. He needs time. He needs peace.
I mean,
Just
He needs
unlock the
everything.
buildings.
That's the painful part. He needs everything.
I mean, if he's safe, he could just do a bankruptcy bid.
Also, state your
I
stuff.
don't think he could be considered safe.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
this is a thing, you know.
I mean, he has a lot of cause on Lithuania.
I want to applaud him for one thing, which is he finally has the Cossack privileges.
And his
Finally.
manpower is actually looking.
I think what he should do is beg TV for money.
He might
Yeah.
even have deft something. Yeah, he did.
Okay, pro tip, if you ask everybody for like 500 ducats, probably some person will give it to you.
Just
Yeah, that's the
ask for
Sweden
5
strategy.
subs or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody will give it to you as a meme.
I think if you ask like Mutapa, hey, could I get like 10 ducat subs from you? And then you go
Yeah.
to Great Britain, hey, could I get like 20 subs from you? And then you go to like Khmer, hey, could I get like 10 subs from you so I can like maybe munch you later on? You will get money. You will get money.
If the amount isn't too high, people are more willing to give you money.
Like same
Okay.
thing with when Salem, Songhai, meme farm announced like 10 nations at once, just because like everybody asked for 10 to 15 subsidies, and he gave him to them because he didn't care. And then he was wondering why he was losing money.
Okay, I think we
Being
can
too
go
generous.
to
Persia.
Banana's new ally.
Well, we were allied before, but not really allied. Just ghost
He's definitely
alliances.
looking better than Russia, surprisingly.
And he went defensive. Nice.
And he has buildings. I like that.
Yeah, I think he was doing nothing the last session, except attacking Sweden, but that's...
Of course, like he still has to def a lot of provinces to 10 to get socialist households, but at least he has some of them. He has some manufacturers, he has some households, he has a lot of training fields, he has a lot of force limit buildings, he has a lot of money building. Like he is quite decently built. Like he is lacking def at the moment to get more
Yeah,
building
but-
slots.
We are trying to improve his income soon, I hope. But
I mean, if you really ally, like just make a trade deal with him,
yeah, could also work too.
because
Um,
you get like another 40 ducats out of Persia trade node
yeah,
into Aleppo, then into Constantinople, which makes like 50 ducats. And I think you have the higher trade efficiency because you have traded
yeah,
this
if the
nothing.
policy's on.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we
there's
definitely could talk about that, but it wasn't allowed. He has army maintenance on, which is
I
weird.
think he stop paying for your troops, please. It's 40 ducats. You're saving.
Ooh, what was that?
Let's go over to Timurids.
Nobody saw that. He
So
popped his golden era.
Yeah,
He is in a huge war. He's getting his ass whopped.
yeah, he has no chance against Rom.
the good thing he built
Well,
a fort
yes, it's allies,
like a
no?
month after I crossed
Yeah.
the Hormuz Strait, so now I have the fort. It's been updated. It wasn't there when I crossed, but it built before I conquered it.
That's always nice.
Yeah, nice service. We also help him move to India since he wants to form Deccan.
Oh, so jealous.
Yeah, I mean, he wants South India, he can get to South India. Persia is Persia.
He is annexing his vessels already at the time. Will they finish at the same time?
It would be
has
very
time
impressive,
language.
but it doesn't seem like it to
Nope.
me.
He didn't time it. So since he has low republic diplomatic reputation, I think. He
So
won't-
we integrate 1 and sit on 2.
it'd be stuck.
Also having no diplomat open for anything is really, really bad.
He has
Yeah. Should have annexed 2 at a time.
he will integrate, like he will finish the first integration on what is it called again?
39.
Yeah,
Gujarat,
Gujarat. And the other two, Bahmanis and Sindh, I think it's called. Yeah, Sindh. He will integrate with one a month
Oh god.
because he gets -3. Like, yeah, he has a deep rep guy. That's the sad thing.
Yeah, that might take a while. Okay, I mean, in terms of the war, he's just losing. Can we say much else about his nation?
Yeah, decide if you go, like, you're trying to get high crown land. I think you want to go for Corn country, but you have to start to get rid of your privileges if you want to do that. You have, at the moment, 29 max absolutism with 100%, with 100 legitimacy and your golden era. You need to get up to 85. You want to be even higher at 90 ideally. So you can get to the max score of 65 after Corn country. If you don't want to do Corn country, then seize up to 100 and then give the nobles land. But again, if you want to give the nobles land, you have to first to remove one privilege from them so that you can give them a privilege which gives them land. Yeah. So fix your estates if you want to do Corn country. If you don't want to do your Corn country, fix your estates.
Okay, is Vijay still in the game?
Oh, and trade. Fix the trade node.
Okay, so Bengal is our next... Oh, actually Tibet is our next nation then.
Yeah, Tibet.
He is the war leader against Manchu. Yeah, he took all his loans.
Yeah, like Salem misunderstood what you do with that. You should get the control over monetary policy for the chains, for the reduced interest rate. He can restructure a lot of loans because his loan. Wait, no. I think I have the nice month 0 income. Yeah.
How is there not a -2 modifier in this?
Because it's not showing. It's a day that will show.
It needs a day.
And don't do that because then it's...
Like the army quality of Tibet is quite insane. He has 128 discipline. He could go up even farther because he has low karma. He has no absolutism at the moment. He has the wrong government reform. Salem, please fix. You want in tier 1 the monastic order, and then in tier 7 the open public elections. This gives you tier 6, not tier 7. Sorry. This gives you also 20% max absolutism, but gives you the statist versus monarchist government reform mechanic. So you get decent rulers for once, and B, you get insane buffs from them, like 30% manpower recovery speed, -50% province war score cost, and other goodies.
Okay, Bengal?
I mean, in total, I don't understand why he declared that war.
Yes. Oh god, Salem.
I mean, both his allies aren't really willing to fight.
Check out the manufacturing map mode.
Does he have any? Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
And now you go to the socialist households. Bum bum bum. Here's not a single one. You have grain provinces, you have money, you don't have infinite amount of money because you took all of your loans.
Maybe White Peace in bankruptcy build, honestly. He took all the loans.
Well, then he doesn't want to White Peace.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's unfortunate.
I mean, even if he loses 100% land,
it's only Ming land.
Yeah, he would lose all of Ming, but still keep Ming around.
But he's integrating Ming, so
yeah.
Okay, then Manchu, I guess.
Did we watch Bengal?
Oh no, we didn't.
Nope, not yet. Also get a diplomatic reputation guy. then he integrates faster.
I mean, Bengal is in this war, but he doesn't seem to commit fully to it. Although he is
he's on his
moving
way
his
at the
troops
moment.
now.
I think he was in Manchu together with Tibet, but now is moving to Timurids.
Oh yeah, he's moving over here.
The important part to know about Bengal is like he fought a lot of wars against the Indians early game.
Yeah.
So his country is an absolute shithole. He didn't have anything. He's behind. He is sick now. Interesting. Sick. He didn't have anything. He's missing buildings. That's a nation which was
Fought a lot
like
of
50
war.
years of peace and just build
Yeah.
up and be insanely strong.
I mean, its force limit is good, but just because he built up the force limit buildings.
I
But
like
with
his
like a
rebel
max-
list. Well, that's very impressive.
Oh yeah, that might be an issue. Somebody with Espin. Oh, one. Check out the particulars.
110k. Never mind.
93k. Somebody has a spinal block on him. Rum? Question mark.
No.
Manchu? Question mark. Get us.
I mean-
Oh, he has.
What's
Diplomatic.
his max manpower? It's like 230k?
250.
250. And he has a force limit of 350, so he can't even support one full army.
Oh god, this will be so much rebels.
Yeah, and also like he maybe should look where these rebels are and activate some forts.
God.
No.
I think it would be more rebels than what he has force limit.
And they are
If
probably
they
not
pop
going to be
in-
all at the same time, but he definitely needs to keep some armies home to deal with this.
Like he is at 90%. He has 40k at 90%. Yeah. Holy smokes! Somebody with espionage ideas, please support rivers.
Who has
Who picks espionage ideas though?
Okay, I
I
think
should
we
have picked
jump over to Khmer, which is burning a
Manchu.
lot less. Oh man. Okay.
because it's in a war.
Well, I mean, I guess Manchu doesn't really get to rest in the position he's in, but he doesn't really care about losing Ming because of the step. Yeah, there are the steps. He can develop a lot of steps if I were.
he already did the right one?
Oh yeah, he has this step devved up, and this is his new heartland basically. So all this Ming land is nice and all, but the steps.
I mean,
are
it's still pretty good.
and the Catholic Manchu horde.
The important part is like Rum is his sugar daddy at the moment. Rum at Great Britain.
Wait, what on earth is a brewing imperium?
Tier 4 government
The
reform.
Brewing Imperium?
What
Yeah, he's Catholic.
actual fuck?
That's nice.
I've never seen this.
Really? No, that's wrong. You played in the game. I was Texas. No, you died there. You went in a UN game. We had 2 monastic breweries already. It's a tier 1.30 stuff. It's for Catholic nations or nations with Scottish or Celtic culture group culture. It gives you 10% goods produced and plus 75% production efficiency on grain and plus 50% production on wine.
It isn't a lot of money, but it's nice to have.
Yeah. And also, it's a nice meme to have.
The UN.
Okay, so
The
he's
Chinese Catholic brewery.
mostly trying to not lose as much land to Tibet, I guess.
Oh yeah, he popped out of his mission already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
anything
he's
else to say?
constant war and bankruptcy building.
I mean, the only issue is like he can't form Qing at the moment, which is a real pain. Because the empire exists. Because then he would get another set of ideas, which would be kind of good to have. But yeah, nothing
Maybe
he can
he
do
doesn't
there.
want to.
Hmm?
Maybe he doesn't want to form Qing.
No, he would need to become the emperor of China.
Why can't he just yoink it from Silesia?
Yeah, the Silesia lost the mandate of heaven.
No.
And then he is the Empire of China, which is not a theocracy and is really shitty. When he has no prosperity at all in his country.
Okay.
Just saying.
Okay.
Clothes
He
don't
has a
have
lot of
prosperity.
manpower, by the way. 700k. And good force limit. Come here.
Well, he's doing good.
Yeah.
Like, he was, I think, never really sieged down in his homeland. It's just constant peace for him and just fighting in Manchu.
Check out his income.
Yeah. I think he has a very good note. Yes, he does. Malacca.
He was very close
500 ducats. Wow.
to steal the global trade from Portugal.
Yeah. Khmer is
Also,
a bit of a...
he absolutely scams Marias. Just saying. Paying 50 ducats when you get 70 ducats alone from the Moluccas from Marias, like, that's scam.
Yes.
Speaking of Matthias, what's he doing?
Do you see?
I mean, Khmer is a bit of the wild card in the Manchu War. If he joins, it's going to be hard for Manchu.
But also it would be, like, how is he going to join?
If he declares Unruh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For
Fair enough.
Hainu, the island for Manchu. Just declare there, get easy war score, and then move up and pushing.
Okay, Matthias, well, he's not too far into ideas.
Yeah, a bit behind.
He could use that money that Khmer is not giving him.
Everybody should be hiring high-level advisors. I don't get why people are still running around with level 2 mil advisors.
Or they could run more colonies, like filling out the region. Always nice.
Is he colonizing this for Khmer?
Probably.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, Matthias is like the vassal of Khmer at this point.
Yeah.
Player vessel, but not really.
Tributary.
Okay, I think Japan would be the last real nation, and then Australia and
Empire.
people.
He could do some shenanigans with
How
the
many ideas
colonies
does he
right
have?
now.
He seems to be behind.
It's
Maritime.
getting better than it used to be. Like, Japan has been burning a lot. Actually, he's allied to
Why?
Sweden.
Have we
Why would
ever
he go
gotten
maritime though?
gotten a good Japan in the last like?
I think
6,
Bismarck
7
played
In
it
this
decent in
server?
Japan some
Yeah.
years ago. He killed me.
Who had this
I
in
can't
Japan?
remember much after that.
Bismarck was when I played.
Oh yeah,
Deccan.
Bismarck's Japan was pretty good. Yeah, like 1200 income at the end.
Yeah, like he has no death. He has still provinces in Japan having 8 death, 3 death, 6 death.
I quite like the last session where Bluark was begging for money and Japan sent money to Bluark. And like 2 minutes later, Japan was asking me for money.
But actually, it was a very good deal because we scammed you.
Yeah, you scammed me.
You didn't actually give me that much money. So actually, Japan he made money from giving me money. That's very impressive.
GMG fought the wars in Manchu, so might as well give him some money.
Yeah. Also, GMG is just a general good guy supporting Sweden, which you should be doing instead.
No.
Enforce peace against Sweden. Do it.
Yeah, like it's already a meme in this campaign. No need to further.
But you could maybe just once help me instead of making things worse for me.
I tried to save you on candy.
Yeah, you did. Fair enough. But also you were busy in other people's wars and then I lost because of that. Yeah, anyways, Japan.
Japan is still like in its depth, if he gets like 4K dip and middle mana edited in, like, then he might be good. Maybe.
I think it's good for him to just not be concerned with what Manchu's doing. If he's just Japan doing Japan things. I think that's way better for him than trying to
No,
save
he
Manchu.
should have Manchu. Yes, 2 free merchants though.
Yeah, that's a bit
He
weird.
can't send them anywhere. He
Oh,
has
yeah,
no-
true. We're saying that every podcast.
No.
Okay, Emu Empire. What are they up to?
They're tributary of
Silesia.
stuff.
They should ditch expansion at this point. Or
That's
colonize Papua New Guinea, perhaps, and then ditch
that's
it.
on Banana's fault, I think,
What?
because he forgot to give Emu Empire save edits.
I gave them save edits, but then used the wrong save, I believe.
Okay.
Because there were some last minute color changes.
Yeah.
From yeah.
I know that she wants to form Zealandia.
Yep.
Instead of Australia. Yes, please.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I didn't take the ideas, but it doesn't matter. Like, we're not saving this.
But the ideas.
What the
Ideas are
fuck?
not that great. It's just 50% morale and 10% shock damage. It's Yuan ideas.
And they have Dev Cost, don't forget. No,
Yeah.
Oh, the nice flag. I like it.
Dev Cost is nice.
I mean, income is subsidies from Silesia. And can you do something with your estates, please? Not having any privileges is kind of depressing.
For the
That's a very bad state of affairs, right?
Also, why do we have noble elite? Noble elite absolute sucks. Government reform, please fix.
Okay, I think
Anti-big
this is
parliament.
this is enough time for Silesia. We're going over to GameStop.
GameStop. Let's go to it
The-
actually.
Okay, ideas are looking better than for many people in Europe, actually. Yeah, I mean, having your
to
own.
be fair, what
keeping
you
your
have to
gold
add,
would help.
Australia started with Militech 10.
Yeah, because of Darth.
Yeah, because Darth didn't have ideas. And I couldn't really see the point of editing that. So,
Could be forming Chile if he ever gets independent.
You don't want to form anything. Oh,
no.
one important thing about Emo.
Could we stop
Country.
talking about Emu?
No.
Zealandia. It can form Poland.
Oh, yeah, because Polish culture.
Yeah. I just wanted to point that one out
Okay,
because
so-
Darth is very proud of it.
Okay, I think GameStop's looking okay, right?
Yeah,
Just not
like,
very rich, but
his income is lying because he doesn't get any gold.
Yeah. What is manpower?
122k.
he doesn't really
I
need
think
it.
he
Does
bankruptcy it.
He could do another 2 of them. Still not be fully built up.
he? I think looks okay.
Yeah.
Vermont.
Vermont. The behemoth in the south.
Yeah.
It's just insane. Like combining the dev that Darth's doing with whatever Craft's doing here is just it's out of space.
I don't know if we need to change anything about tributaries again. 'Cause
Yeah, like this dev abuse is a bit.
yeah, it's. I
It's
can see the
Darth
point
thing.
because Silesia is pretty weak, but it's a trade nation, so he doesn't need the strength.
I mean, also you can pay him to dev your land or something, right? You just become a tributary for like a few months, get a dev push in, pay him for something.
Maybe I should do that. No, but yeah, it feels a bit cheesy, but I guess it's fine.
I like that you can do it.
Yeah,
Just
it's a
like
good, nice feature, but it's
It's a bit unbalanced for MP, I think.
yes.
The problem is like you just give up your nation. Like you basically nation rule one nation to get a really strong nation.
Yeah.
But I mean, Portugal doesn't really need a strong military.
Yeah, sure, but you're still like nation ruling. Like for example, if Spain or like, Spain is a bad example because Spain has holdings in Mexico. But take Spain for example, and they don't give military access. Like Spain occupies all of Portugal, Then what?
Yeah, but that's the usual Portugal gameplay. If you don't have friends to pay, you are dead.
You mean you don't have friends who you pay?
Yeah, but isn't that like every Portugal in every game ever? If Spain doesn't want to have you,
Yeah,
you're dead.
it's usually the case. Like you just need to be friends with Spain or have Spain die to someone else.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we can go over to Inca.
Inca is like has problems with colonization because he only has one
Why
colony.
might... Well, he hasn't actually filled ideas, so we may not be committing to it. But...
Maybe get an admin advisor.
I have to be real. Inca doesn't matter this game.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to Alaska. On that
I'm
note,
sorry,
we're going over
Cosmico,
to
but like you
Alaska.
don't matter.
Alaska,
So,
the
what's your
terrorists.
Alaska doing? It's doing
I'm
naval
doing-
memes, I'd assume.
I'm extorting people out of the money. at the
He's
moment.
abandoning money, looking at his
Like,
current
more
balance.
specifically, me at the moment.
No, Lubeck. You don't have any trade power there.
Wait.
I have more trade power with my ships than you have.
I used to have more than that before your ships arrived.
It's
I
kind of
mean-
funny when I do it with Great Britain because then his income drops by 60 ducats. And he can't hunt all of the ships because he doesn't have enough heavies.
Okay, so that's basically the naval memes of Alaska covered, right?
More or less.
Okay,
Doing some culture shenanigans at the moment, but
Okay, we
that's
Kathal
the
being a
future.
meanie, basically.
did Spain already. Cuba,
Being a meanie.
That's so gonna side.
Yeah,
yes.
Cygnus.
I mean,
That Cygnus fell asleep in the end.
Don't think so. Because
he's giving
I
it up slowly, but that's not
Capping
it.
on million.
oh yeah,
Why does his
I
parliament not have any issues?
yeah, he needs one tick.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the first time.
So yeah, I guess he fell asleep because like he had problems with his stomach, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't even have to play if he was
Also, like
feeling well.
having 10k ducats stored up, strong.
Yeah, okay. I think that wraps it up for Cuba. We can go over to Iroquois.
Quite.
Well, he's getting stronger. I think he recovered from the struggles he had.
He has a decent amount of manpower, look.
Why is Andalusia in Canada?
Colonial nations to get his Ibadi thingamajig. It's another
A
Ibadi
and B,
nation.
they have a deal with Arkis, which was like, I don't kill you. Like, it was like before Vermont helping Andalusia. I won't kill Vermont if you colonize stuff for me. So that's what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so it's an exchange of land, basically.
Yeah.
I see.
Okay.
So yeah, he has good
He has-
trade income.
He has good ideas. Trade income looking good. Income in general looking good. I think Iroquois is getting quite strong here.
One thing I forgot to say about Alaska is I cheesed the Coca event. So now I'm making actually money compared to before. Because plus 35% trade value is insane.
I don't like the word cheese.
Yeah, like in front
I
of
gave-
two mods.
I attacked Cuba. I gave Cuba Coca provinces. I attacked Great Britain. I took the provinces back. Is
Yeah,
this cheese? I don't know.
I guess.
No, it's it
I think
sounded a
that's
bit
okay.
worse when you
Okay.
say you didn't make a.
Like it's not like the normal when you have
I-
a colonization.
I guess
puppet.
we see Blackfoot
Look at
being
the
in a
Blackfoot
death push.
face. Blackfoot face is glorious.
The big question is like, is he going bankrupt again? Yes.
He's making money.
The question is he
Yeah,
forever going to keep the face?
Yes. He already said that. That's the same reason why he won't get California, because if he gets California, the wasteland gets covered in with his color.
But that isn't too bad, is it? Still has the face.
Yeah, but he's this monster. But he can colonize something up here, and then he has like 2 ears.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what you call modern art.
Yeah, it's modern nation art, and I think
I mean, Cascadia, for example.
I think that wraps up this.
I mean, even
podcast.
Arkis can make a face.
There is somewhat of a face. If you just colonize this, you have eye, and a big screaming mouth. That works.
True.
Okay, then I think that wraps up this podcast. We covered all nations, I hope.
Any
And-
prediction for next session?
Sweden dying to Prussia.
Nice.
Moving off Timurids.
Full of belief.
Bully Belly, he bullied poor Danny.
Could we talk more about Bully Bluark, who I'm just dying with
Yeah,
no
that's
friends?
fine.
If you need boats, like I'm for hire.
I don't need boats, I need peace.
I mean, but like if Lubeck gives access to Sweden and like helps him with his navy, I'm for hire. I can just.
But at
ship
that
there,
point,
like-
the economic difference is just so huge. Like, if Lubeck properly switches onto Prussia's side and isn't between the both of us, that would mean that Prussia has an undepletable reserve of money with Prussian quality.
The thing is this, he can't cross into you.
Yeah, maybe, but he can go through Finland. So
If he gets access for Russia.
I'd assume he does, and if he doesn't get it by diplomatic means, I'm pretty sure he's going to find another way to get through there.
So you mean by declaring a war, and then suddenly Prussia's fighting Sweden, Great Britain, maybe me, Russia,
It depends,
Ruthemia, Persia.
Will be interesting to see. Like, if I were Prussia, I'd actually think it makes more sense to go for Russia and Ruthemia if Persia is no longer allied for Russia. Like, I would see that as more sensible to do. Those are the weaker nations compared to going through Finland and fighting Sweden and Great Britain there.
Oh, we forgot the most important nation.
Oh yeah, Courland.
Courland.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
the mighty.
basically one nation in Europe has to die at some point.
Well,
like
basically Courland, well, it doesn't cost any ally slots anymore.
Well, of course not.
I mean, it used to cost half an ally slot last session,
Yeah,
but it
he
kind
had
of shrank
30.
down. But could we just appreciate Uzel for a second? 40
Stepping it
development.
up for Prussia. Nice.
Nice.
Well, but this is the only province we can probably protect.
He needs a fort on there.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, maybe. Yeah,
Banana, do you have like 200 ducats for him? Which is like, what?
Am I shitting good?
Yes.
Yes.
Pretty much. What's your income, man?
I mean,
Like
if you give him like 200
no,
ducats,
not that high.
that's
Okay,
his total income
Yeah,
of
that's
2 years.
that high.
Banana, 2 years.
I already paid off his loans, which was 400 ducats.
I mean, I used to be giving him money, but now I'm kind of focused on building everything I can up as fast as I can to be somehow able.
Also, like, can he get access
Understandable.
through Prussia to kill his pretenderers? Particularly.
I mean, this land used to be promised to Prussia, but I think that deal's off. Okay, I think that wraps up this Modscast now, and I can stop recording.
Yeah, good cash, guys.